So I recently rewatched School of Rock, which got me thinking, where are they today? But before that, how about a bit of trivia? Everyone loves a bit of trivia, I know I sure do. Number one, Robert, who plays Mr. Cool in the film, was originally too nervous to play the character, and he asked the director not to be included in the film as he felt he wasn't right for the part. The director responded by saying that his nervousness and insecurity was exactly right for the part. Which is ironic because he had that exact same conversation in the film with Jack Black.
I don't think I should be in the band.
Why not?
I'm not cool enough. People in bands are cool. I'm not cool.
Jack Black also gave all the children their nicknames. They was not scripted in. He did those himself of his own accord. And speaking about Jack Black, the whole film was inspired by him. Get this. School of Rock screenwriter Mike White moved into an apartment next to Jack Black. The idea for Black's eccentric character in the film was based purely on his behaviour that White saw living near him, which included Jack Black running naked through the halls and blasting many of the songs that were featured in the soundtrack at full volume. Mike White himself is not actually a fan of classic rock, but the basis of School of Rock was so Jack Black could perform his own favourite music. And if you remember Miranda Cosgrove, well, she actually had to take lessons to make her voice worse for the film. She plays Summer Hathaway, the School of Rock band manager. She could actually sing very well. She took a short singing lesson during the production to help make her voice sound worse so she could film the scene trying out to be a backing singer.
Memory all alone in the moonlight.
Stop. Okay, good. That's pretty good. All right.
And there we go, they're my facts and trivia of School of Rock. So jumping into where they are now, and let's start with Miranda Cosgrove. Seems though we just spoke about her, and seems though it's going to be the most boring, because I feel like everyone just knows what she's up to today. She was 10 years old at the time of filming School of Rock. She went on to play Megan Parker in Drake and Josh from 2004 to 2007. The same year that Wrapped, she went on to star in Nickelodeon's iCarly as Carla, which went on from 2007 to 2012. She also got a hefty paycheck for that. I'm not sure on the reliability of my source on this, but from what I've heard, she got paid $180,000 per episode. And I did some quick maths. There was 109 episodes produced, which would be about $19.6 million she got paid just for iCarly. Her pay probably fluctuated from episode to episode. She was probably only getting paid that much in the last season, but interesting nevertheless. She then went on to voice Margot Gru in all three Despicable Me films, which I never knew was her. Recently, she went viral after her swearing podcast TikTok video meme thing, this one right here.
I actually do cuss a little.
Do you?
Also, yeah.
What's your favorite curse word?
Probably fuck.
And currently, she is 29 years old, which is the same age as me. Maybe that's why I was such a big fan of her, because she was 10 when she filmed School of Rock. I was 10 when I was 11 when I watched School of Rock, because it didn't come out until a little bit after. And then when she was doing Drake and Josh, I was the same age as her. And when she was doing iCarly, I was the same age as her. Next up, we've got Joey Gaydos Jr., who played Zack, aka Zack-Attack. He was 12 when they filmed for that. Here's what he looked like. This was his first acting role, which is something we're going to see throughout this. It was a lot of their first acting roles and a lot of their last acting roles. What's interesting about the main cast, and we're going to be talking about just the kids. I'm not going to be talking about where Jack Black or Sarah Silverman is now, because they're so popular and the change isn't really that dramatic, whereas it's the kids that you want to know what they're doing now, right? But basically, it was the first of a lot of their roles and the last. The instruments they were playing, they could actually play those instruments. So a lot of them was like young musicians, not actors. Case in point, Joey, who played Zack Mooneyham. His focus was on music. After it wrapped, he went on to release a self-titled album in 2004, and he's working with his band Stereo Jane. He does live performances, local festivals, and he's got 2 EPs. Calm Weather and Dogtopia. He's also, would you believe, been arrested a few times. So in 2009, he was arrested on the charge of driving under the influence. That's when he was 17 years old. Then, in 2019, he was actually arrested for stealing guitars from multiple stores in Sarasota, Venice, and Northport, Florida. He was caught on camera and later charged with 2 counts of grand theft and 1 count of shoplifting. Currently, he looks like this, and he is now 31 years old. Then we have Robert Tsai, who I spoke about, asked to be removed from the film. He was 15 when they filmed it, and just like Joey and a lot of the other people on this, it was his first and last acting role. Just like in the movie, he was a super talented piano player, and he also danced. He danced in a dance troupe when he was younger. He then went on to attend Dartmoor College, where he continues to perform as a pianist. He's now a 33-year-old pianist and looks like this. Then we've got Caitlin Hale, who played Martha, aka Blondie. She was 14 at the time of filming. She previously had 2 appearances on Blue's Clues and experience with dance and local theatre productions. She continued on-screen work with gigs in commercials and earned a degree in journalism from Arizona State University in 2013. She focused on public relations in school, but she also works as a registered diagnostic medical sonographer. Fun fact, she's also in a long-lasting and happy relationship with her School of Rock co-star, Angelo, who played Frankie, the band security guard. That's this guy right here. Here they are together. So she's very much just working a normal job now. Eventually, she did decide that she missed acting and she wasn't quite ready to retire that dream yet. In 2008, she worked as a script consultant on the short film Typecast. More recently, she's landed roles of Sydney on the animated children's show Max and Wrigley, and Kathy in the horror film Grimson Manor. She's now 32 years old, but she still does the old sonography stuff, I believe. Here's a few recent photos for Instagram, so she's definitely up there working a regular job. Next up, we've got Rivkah Reyes, who played Katie, aka Posh Spice. Now, they've got this whole thing going on, so let me have a sip of coffee and really get into the facts, the trivia, and the tribulations of Rivkah Reyes. So they was 12 when they filmed School of Rock. Since School of Rock, Reyes has acted in projects like Lifetime's A Picture Perfect Holiday, which was 2021, and indie films like Moments in 2020 and Bad Animal in 2021. According to Reyes' website, they have also worked with Second City in Chicago and performed sketches, improv and stand-up comedy at venues like the Hollywood Improv and the Laugh Factory. Since School of Rock, the actor has been open about experiencing the negative effects of child stardom, and in a 2020 article, they wrote about developing an eating disorder, turning to drugs, alcohol, sex and self-harm, and attempted suicide. So I'll leave that article because it's very interesting. I've got a link to it. It's called Confessions of an Obsolete Child Actor, and the headline is Being Cast in School of Rock was a defining moment in my life, for better or worse. And it is just really interesting to read through it and see their experience. In School of Rock, they were called Katie. Real name was actually Becca Brown, but they changed the name to Rivkah Reyes and now goes by gender-neutral pronouns. They also have a YouTube where they post their stand-up and some singing, so I'll stick that up there so you can see. I'll also stick all these resources in the description, and they do like a whole lot of stuff. I will link Rivkah's Instagram below so you can see there's a little link tree on there with all the stuff that is going on. You've got the Confessions of an Obsolete Actor article. You've got spiritual fitness sessions where they promote personal training for the soul. You've also got a Cameo link where you can book Rivkah to do like a little cameo video to mention you in a video. It's £62 per video if you want to do that. Or you can book a business video at £436. Maybe I'll book a business video with Rivkah introducing this episode. I probably won't do that because I don't have £436, but maybe for the future I could. I've also found their Amazon wish list so I can see what Rivkah wants from Amazon, including pink boxing gloves, some nice looking pants, some fitness, like yoga pants, a lot of pink stuff there. There's, oh, what's this? Honey, nice, Maduka honey. There's a pink chair, there's some bikinis, there's some Crocs, obviously. Let's see what kind of Crocs Rivkah wants. Classic marble tie-dye Crocs, very lovely. And finally, on the ever busy life of Rivkah, I've found a link to their Patreon. Now, what is on the Patreon, you may ask? Well, let's start off with the prices. Well, the bio, it's spiritual/spicy content from your fave queer Filipino Jewish actor. So you can pay £10.50 a month, which includes stand-up footage, voice memo demos, poems in process, essays I'm too afraid to publish, episodes of their podcast, yep, they also have a podcast, tarot for the collective, channeled messages from my guides to yours. You get more spiritual lessony things, or you can do the £208 one, where you basically get the same with some extra stuff. And I'm not sure what the posts are, but I can imagine spiritual and, well, spicy. You can't see unless you pay what's going on here, but you can see things like the title, Get on Your Knees and Worship Me, Pink Paradise, oldies, new single drops. So it's a bit of the inside of the life of Rivkah, which I'm guessing is airing more on the spicy side. Because if you look on their Twitter, the links they put to the Patreon are always accompanied by spicy photos, such as this one, which is... Moving on, we've got Maryam Hassan, who played Tomika, aka Turkey Sub. She was this lovely lady here. She now goes by the name Marinate, and sings R&B and soul music, so very much still in the music industry, which you can check out on Apple Music and Spotify. She's released an EP in 2021 called Posh, and a single in 2022 that's called Feel Away. Then we've got Kevin Clark. Kevin Clark was known as Freddy, aka Spazzy McGee Jones. He didn't pursue acting in his adult years. Instead, he spent most of his time in his hometown Chicago playing music in bands. So he is another one like Joey who just went on to continue with the musical side of things, and a little bit of tragedy here, I'm afraid. In 2021, Clark was struck and killed by an oncoming car whilst riding his bike. So unfortunately, he is no longer with us. He has indeed passed away. Jack Black did post about this, where you can see them two together in School of Rock and them two later on. They do a lot of reunions, the School of Rock guys. And he said, devastating news, Kevin is gone way too soon. Beautiful soul, so many great memories, heartbroken. Sending my love to his family and the whole School of Rock community. So that's quite a sad story there, but moving on to someone which is going to be a bit more hopefully uplifting for you. We have Brian Falduto, who played Billy Fancy Pants. This was his first and only big screen role. He graduated from Wagner College with a dual degree in theatre performance and art administration, but didn't go on to do the old acting thing. Instead, he works as a mental health coach, advocating for LGBTQ plus mental health. He has also delved into music with songs like Same Old Country Songs, The Big Boys Club, and a 2023, so very recent EP called Gay Country. And then finally on the list, we've got Aleisha Allen. Now, before we jump into this, if you've made it this far, can I just ask you very politely to hit that like button below. My record of likes on a video is about 18. I'm trying to get to 20 likes on this video, so that's my big goal, is to get 20 likes. So help me out, hit that, or don't, it's completely up to you. I know you don't care too much, you just want to hear about Aleisha Allen, and so that's what we're going to do instead. Allen made a name for herself ahead of the role. She was already pretty famous. She in Blue's Clues with over 100 episodes. She also appeared in the beloved 1999 movie The Best Man. After School of Rock, she returned to the film industry. The following year, she played Lindsay in Are We There Yet with Ice Cube, which was a great film. She played the same role in Are We Done Yet in 2007. As she grew up though, like many child actors do, like I've done a child actors thing before, they normally stop getting roles, and she went on to live a lot more of a normal life. She currently, as far as I can see, works at an acute rehab centre in California. And that is pretty much where all the School of Rock cast are today.